Hi, I'm Ed Havens and I'm a proud Lamar Savage. I no longer live in Lamar, but I was born there in 1951, and I went to kindergarten at the old library and then on to Washington School, first through the fourth grades. Moved to the country and went to Alta Vista, fifth and sixth grade, and then were bused into town, go to junior high, and then on eventually to high school, where I graduated as a proud Lamar Savage with the class of 1969. After that, I did go on to 2 more years in Lamar Junior College. As you all know, there is a push to change the name of Savages to something else that won't offend Native Americans. Well, one thing I have learned in my 69 years is that to best your opponent, you have to know how they think. So I'd like to share some of my thoughts on that. Most of us were raised knowing that we were fortunate to be in the United States, the land of opportunity. But that's not what is being taught to students now and hasn't been for several years. They are being told that they are victims and will never have opportunities others have because of their victimhood. Of course, my generation is being blamed for that. The same people propagating the victimhood narrative are now offering these kids an opportunity to finally feel superior to the rest of us. Not intellectually superior or economically superior, but morally superior. They are being told that if they join a movement that speaks for other victims, they can claim moral superiority and feel much better about themselves. And that's exactly what's taken place now with the Savage logo controversy. Some well-meaning but sadly misguided former students of Lamar schools are championing the movement to change the logo, which they say can be traumatizing to Native American children who might see it. All this is based on a study by a Washington State Tulalip Native American psychologist describing herself as an expert who has studied what effect Native American images as school mascots can have on Native American children. My first question is, what are the chances some child in Washington State or anywhere else is even going to see the Savage logo? My second response is, if these children are so paranoid and frightened by pictures, they're not the Native Americans we chose to honor with our logo. They are the products of a liberal educational indoctrination into the victimhood mentality. The misguided former students pushing this issue have bought into the narrative that fighting to protect the feelings of perceived victims is morally superior to fighting to preserve the God-given rights of others. And this gives them the right to claim the moral high ground. The biggest problem I see is that these social justice warriors are so passionate about their causes, they won't give up. So if we give in to their demands right now, where will it stop? Maybe they will demand next that Washington School needs to change its name because George Washington owned slaves and is therefore racist, which, by the way, is one of their favorite go-to catchphrases. Abraham Lincoln, as a lawyer, defended slave owners wanting to get their slaves back, so perhaps that name needs to be changed on Lincoln School as well. The Madonna of the Trail Monument glorifies pioneers who killed indigenous people and stole their land, so yeah, the monument needs to come down as well. The push by these special interest groups is merely an attempt to shame Lamar residents into complying with West Coast left-wing liberal ideology. The Lamar School Board has stated that they will not address this logo right now because they have so many more important issues before them, but they promise to look into it later. Although that is really good news, please don't let your guard down, people. Stay informed, because these attempts to change the lifestyle and culture of Lamar will continue. Thank you.